It's taken me all day. I have run out of gems multiple times. I have bought energy packs. But guys, I've finally done it. This team is finally here. Yes, I can now farm food on Ice Golem Hard 10. Hey guys, SMZ here. We're back playing Raid Shadow Legends. And guys, I have been putting out multiple videos with Ice Golem Hard 10 how to farm. I put out a video back in January where it was a 5-person team using Man-Eater as well as Geomancer as well as Marius to do this hard dungeon which people used to previously farm using Artak, but used to take a long time. Then I put out another video in which I showed a new duo which was basically Marius and Godseeker Aniri. But the problem with that duo was farming food was very difficult, and that's what I've been putting energy into as well, to figure out the right speeds. I've been playing around a lot. Unfortunately, I don't have the test server access, so I have to play around on my own and I run out of energy. But I finally figured it out. And guys, yes, you are looking at Iudex Artor. That is the champion. This champion who many people write off, and yes, he's not a great champion. He's gonna be a bit helpful if you're early into the game. If you are starting into the game, then yes, he's a useful champion. But for anybody who's midway into the game or in the end game, he's not gonna be a very useful champion. However, there is one part of his kit, and I ran across this with someone using him in the arena. There's a free champion that you can get by using the link in my description. That is Narma the Return, a great champion to battle the Demon Lord. And you can get her alongside other crazy good epic champions like Anax, like Uugo, and like Mausoleum Mage as you progress through the game. How to get these champions for free? Here's how to do it. You go into your player gameplay and log out of your current account. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email address. Download the game and then play the tutorial. And you will find Narma sitting there chilling in your inbox, and you can get all of these crazy good epic champions as you progress through the game. Do not miss out on this opportunity. Click the link in the description and get these cool champions. So what they did in the arena was using this passive. So he basically was in a stone skin set in the arena. He revived Marius, and Marius immediately attacked with his A1, which hits hard, and it puts out Enfeeble. That gave me an idea. We can use this. We can use this where in Ice Golem Hard 10. Why? That's what we'll dive into. But yes, I'm using Iudex Artor, and he's in a full stone skin build. I'm going to dive into his build as well. What I've been trying to do for the longest time, and look at my gem count, it was around 1,000 gems yesterday. It's all gone into energy, guys. So what I've noticed is that Ice Golem with his ads, the trouble is that he ignores 100% defense, right? With his retaliation hit. There it is. The attack will revive any dead allies and will ignore 50% for each alive ally. So it hits incredibly hard when both his ads are alive. When they're dead, it's more sustainable. So my point was, maybe what if I can drop the ads down enough that when Marius revives, and with his A1, when he hits the ads, he kills them. And what that does is that it will reactivate Iudex Artor's revival ability. So I can revive him 2 times. What that means is Marius can go first with the 3-hitter max HP. That's 30% HP down. The first revival will take down 30% more, and then finally the last revival. The remaining 10% was still an issue. I could fill in that gap with the A1s or with Soul, and I've tried to make that work. I still haven't gotten around to just using these 2. The team does work, but it has like a 20% fail rate, and I don't want to put out a team which has a 20% fail rate. So that's where Geomancer comes in, and Geomancer is in a different build to what I put out previously. Let me show you how the team runs, and then we can talk about the different components which are making the team work. So as you can see, I'm using 2 food champions. Unfortunately, one other thing that we have to do is we have to use presets, otherwise it just doesn't work. The Ice Golem's mechanics, this is also why I love the Ice Golem, by the way. A lot of the other bosses are quite straightforward. This boss you have to deal with very carefully, much like the Fire Knight, who's also interesting, but with the Fire Knight it's more limited. There's only a finite number of things you can do, ally attacks and all team counter attack. Nothing other than that. You have to destroy his shield, you have to keep his turn meter down. The Ice Golem, the thing that I enjoy the most is you can come up with so many different strategies, and that's why I've been putting out so many Ice Golem teams. So let's jump into the run. Marius, by the way, this, of course, again, disclaimer, this is an end game team, very end game team. You can't be farming food on Ice Golem Hard 10, one of the most difficult dungeons if you're not end game, if you do not have a Marius that hits that hard. So Marius slices through the waves. That's what he's gonna do. Everybody's saving their abilities, nobody's doing anything. We should get to the boss now. So at the boss, now this is important. Geomancer takes the burn, we hit, he will kill us all, but Geomancer took the health and Geomancer's burn also hit. He revived, and this time it didn't show fully, but the hit that Marius did, it normally kills off one of the ads. Here the Slayer proc basically killed them. Let me run this again because I want to showcase that. So what if you don't want to rely on Slayer sets? If you're using, for example, a lethal set, can you make this work? I think you can. So moving back onto the boss, I'll try to showcase that Marius basically should reduce down the ad's health so low that upon revival from Artor, he will kill the ad and then the revival ability will be back. Let's see if this happens right now. Yep, I think this will happen. So Marius dies. You see the ads are extremely low. Now the revival should come in. There's the revival attack. They're dead. Revival is reset. And this got killed again because of Slayer and because of Geomancer's burn. But in case the boss had survived, Artor could have revived once more. That's the crazy thing about this strategy. And guys, look at the number of turns. Did you ever imagine you can get this low on Ice Golem Hard 10 with? Okay, it's not very accessible team, but it is buildable. So both of these legendary champions are free to obtain champions. Marius, again, it takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of time, but you can get to him. I've been saying that for a long time, but yeah, you will get to them and you should be saving for his soul. Marius is got. And Artor is a free champion who a lot of people got. I actually didn't even invest in getting for his soul, but maybe I should have for this team to make work, especially with that soul reap on a higher blessing. So that's how the team works. Geomancer is also in a stone skin set. I'll run this team one last time to showcase that. Stone skin, 2-turn stone skin on Arthur, very important. Geomancer is wearing a 1-turn stone skin because I think that's enough. Because the problem is Geomancer, even when I put him in a 2-turn stone skin, he steals the turn meter, he immediately takes a second turn. So that's kind of useless to put a 2-turn stone skin, which is why 1 turn is enough. There's the burn, takes away his health, it drops him down. This ad, as you can see, is very low. The revival should come in from Artor. No, the ad died from the burn. But still, the second one died, and now Marius is getting back to his ability. Boom. 2 hits are generally enough right now because of Geomancer. So I'll show you what I've been trying to make work, which I have not gotten to 100% yet. What I'm trying to make work, maybe I will, is try to put in 3 food instead of 2. And in this case, what I'll do is with the presets, no, actually this I'll keep this. Actually, I'll just showcase the presets to you. So Marius, the first round, I'm not doing anything. In the second round, he can start off with his A3, but then don't use it again, and then continue with your A1s until the second wave is dead. On the third wave, just prioritize your nuke ability. That's pretty much it. Arthur, don't use the other abilities at all, just prioritize your revive. That's pretty much it. With Geomancer, it was basically round 1 and round 2, just use your A1s, and on round 3, just use your burn ability. That was pretty much it. So this is the team I'm trying to make work, and it does work, but it doesn't work 100% of the time. Maybe with some relic, with some kind of magic, I can make it work. Let's see, maybe this run that I'm showcasing to you guys, it might still work. And it would be great. So Marius goes, no, it won't work because the ads did not drop low enough for Marius to kill them with his 1A1 on revival. Yes, it did not work, funnily enough. So when he hits the retaliation, as you can see, it was only a 21,000 hit. It wasn't the strongest. But even in cases where this just doesn't work because I do not have the right speeds, I guess. I'm working on it, but for now, the team that I have showcased to you with Geomancer, that one works 100% of the time. So let's look at now the champion builds for the team. So basically I'm using 3 champions, right? So Marius, my Marius was pretty standard in the way that I was not changing his build for the longest time. Recently, I've been playing around with his build quite a lot, so his stats are changing quite a lot. So he's still rocking around 6.7k defense. I've pumped up his speed up to 292 by now. 356 crit damage. I've reduced his crit damage a little bit more in favor of more speed. I think that's more useful in the Hydra and the Chimera. And his accuracy is 350. On the Ice Golem, let me also showcase this. Where is the Ice Golem? Like the extra stats, the area bonuses. I don't have a lot. So I had 4 speed that I experimented long time back. And some resistance and accuracy that is also from the attack times. 6% ignore defense as well, if that is relevant. Again, not the most investment when it comes to area bonuses. He is still wearing the cat's case at level 5, my only level 5 relic, by the way. And then he is in 6-star Crushing Ren, which is one of the best masteries for him. He's a great PvE champion. That's why Crushing Ren is being used. If you use him exclusively in PvP, then you can change his blessing to Lightning Cage or something else. So when it comes to the masteries, I've changed his masteries a little bit. So I used to have it on the offense tree and the support tree. On the offense tree, I'm going down to Helm Smasher, and then down the defense tree, I wanted to pick the up Retribution, which is great for the counter attack, especially in the arena. I would highly recommend Life Drinker for this comp to work because he needs to heal off of those hits. And yeah, that's Marius basically. 9-piece Slayer as usual. Artor is in a 9-piece stone skin. That's actually kind of needed for this to work because the hits that he takes on the stone skin shield from the Ice Golem, the retaliation hits, they hit hard. So you need a lot of HP and you need a high value of stone skin. So the comp that I showcased previously, which was the God Seeker comp, that was also wearing a similar set, 9-piece stone skin with high HP. As you can see, his speed is not the highest. It's extremely low speed. It's basically 6 more speed than his base speed. So 108. His HP is quite high, 126. Above 110, 115 usually will work. His resistance is good to get, but not necessary. So HP and is the priority, and then speed, keeping it as low as possible, is the other priority basically. He is not wearing any relic. He is, again, with his blessing, I'm keeping Soul Reap just in case he remains, and then he can hit his A1, which is the AoE hit to kill off the Ice Golem. Other than that, you can go for many other blessings. I initially thought about giving him, for example, Brimstone. The trouble is that Brimstone, the way the AI works, even on the AoE attacks, Brimstone will go on the ads, and that's not what we want. So Brimstone is kind of useless in this particular fight. You can give him Cruelty, for example. That should also work. Not very fussed about his blessings. If anything, blessings actually give him more stats, which are useful. Especially even the first 1-star, it gives him like 7,500 HP, which is great to have. Helps his survivability. If you can get 3-star or 4-star, that's another 1,000 HP. So that's gonna be great. Then on his masteries, I've been slowly building some masteries. I've not done the full tree. I was experimenting, slowly adding masteries in order to make the second comp that I showcased work. But yeah, that's basically Artor for you. Geomancer. So I'll showcase the build that I had Geomancer previously, which was this build right here. This was a build I had, which was also high speed, but wearing reflex, so he can get back to his burn again and again. And I changed that build in favor of this stone skin build, but I still want. So one thing you have to ensure is he needs to be faster than your Marius, because he needs to put the burn out before Marius goes, because that is how he'll reflect the hit. Otherwise, he will be dead without putting out his burn. That's the main thing that you have to notice. Getting some HP is nice, but to be honest, not really necessary, because he's gonna die anyhow from that first retaliation hit, unless you're building him at like 100k HP or something. Accuracy needs to be high enough that he can land the burn, and I want to keep him in a build that I can use him in other areas of the game. That was important to me. That's why I went for this build. As you can see, there's room for improvement. There are 3 pieces which are not even rolled up, because I've been experimenting all day, and that's where my gems have been going. I have him on 6-star, so I've put in Cruelty because he has an A1 attack, so he's basically decreasing the defense quite nicely, even on a single hit. On a single hit, how much does he decrease it? By 4%. So that's also quite nice, right? And then finally, War Master on his tier 6 mastery. These are the other mastery. And for this particular comp to work, there's not necessarily a need for War Master even, or for Giant Slayer, to be honest. You can give him Eagle Eye, for example, if you're having trouble getting his accuracy high enough. But yeah, that's the build. Otherwise, there are food champions. I really put a lot of investment into this build. I had to spend some money as well to get the energy required, because I was running out of energy. I was running out of gems. So I hope that this is useful to you guys. If you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.